Are you over 60 and finding it harder to climb stairs without holding the railing? Do you sometimes feel unsteady when getting up from a chair, or notice your legs feeling weaker than they used to? If you've nodded yes to any of these questions, you are not alone. But here's something that might surprise you. In Japan, people in their 80s and 90s are still walking miles every day, climbing stairs with ease, and maintaining incredible leg strength that would put many younger people to shame. What's their secret? It's not expensive gym memberships or complicated equipment. It's not even about spending hours exercising every day. The secret lies in 7 simple movements that Japanese elders have been doing for generations. Movements so effective that they can transform weak, unsteady legs into strong, reliable supports for your body in just minutes a day. I'm about to share with you these 7 movements that are inspired by the daily routines of Japanese elders, movements that can help you maintain and even rebuild the leg strength you thought you'd lost forever. These aren't just exercises, they're life changers. They're the difference between depending on others for basic activities and maintaining your independence well into your golden years. But before we dive in, let me be crystal clear about something. This content is purely educational and should never replace professional medical advice. Always consult with your healthcare provider before starting any new exercise routine, especially if you have existing health conditions or concerns about your mobility. Now, let me paint you a picture. Imagine waking up tomorrow morning and standing up from your bed without that familiar stiffness in your legs. Picture yourself walking up a flight of stairs without gripping the handrail for dear life, or getting up from your favorite chair without using your arms to push yourself up. Imagine the confidence you'd feel knowing that your legs are strong enough to carry you wherever you want to go. This isn't just a dream. This is exactly what these 7 movements can do for you. And the best part? Each movement takes just about 1 minute to perform. That's 7 minutes a day to potentially transform your mobility and independence. You see, in Japan, there's a beautiful philosophy called Sukoshi Zutsu, which means little by little. It's the idea that small, consistent actions performed daily can create profound transformations over time. This philosophy is deeply embedded in their approach to health and fitness, particularly in a practice called Rajio Taiso, or radio calisthenics, which millions of Japanese people of all ages participate in every single day. The movements I'm going to teach you today are inspired by this wisdom. They focus on the fundamental aspects that keep your legs strong and functional: strength in your major muscle groups, mobility in your joints, balance for stability, and circulation to keep everything working smoothly. But why are strong legs so crucial after 60? Think of your legs as the foundation of a house. When the foundation is weak, everything else becomes unstable. Your legs are literally the pillars that support your entire body and your independence. They're what allow you to get out of bed in the morning, walk to the kitchen to make your coffee, climb stairs to reach the 2nd floor, and maintain your balance when you're walking on uneven surfaces. When your legs are weak, everything becomes more difficult and more dangerous. You're more likely to fall, more likely to become dependent on others, and more likely to lose the freedom to do the things you love. But when your legs are strong, you maintain your independence, your confidence, and your quality of life. The 7 movements you're about to learn target all the key components of leg strength and function. We'll start with a gentle warm-up that gets your blood flowing and your joints moving. Then we'll work on the powerhouse muscles of your thighs and glutes with functional movements that mimic daily activities. We'll strengthen your calves and improve circulation, enhance the mobility of your feet and ankles, work on your balance and coordination, and finish with a movement that ties everything together. Each movement has been carefully selected not just for its effectiveness, but for its safety and adaptability. Whether you're dealing with knee pain, balance issues, or general weakness, there are modifications for every level. The key is to start where you are, not where you think you should be, and progress gradually. Now, I want you to do something for me right now. I want you to think about your biggest challenge with your legs. Is it balance? Do you feel unsteady when you're walking or standing? Is it climbing stairs? Do you find yourself out of breath or your legs burning when you go up even a few steps? Is it getting up from chairs? Do you rely on pushing yourself up with your arms? Or maybe it's nighttime cramps that wake you up and make your legs feel stiff and painful. Whatever your challenge is, know that these 7 movements address all of these issues. They're not just random exercises, they're a comprehensive system designed to restore and maintain leg function in every way that matters for your daily life. Let's start with movement number 1, the gentle Rajio Taiso march. This is our dynamic warm-up, and it's inspired by the morning radio calisthenics that millions of Japanese people do every single day, regardless of their age. Stand up straight with your feet hip-width apart. If you need support, stand near a sturdy table or counter where you can lightly touch with your fingertips if needed, but try not to lean on it. Now, we're going to march in place, but this isn't a military march. This is a gentle, rhythmic movement that awakens your entire body. Lift your right knee up toward your chest, about as high as feels comfortable, while simultaneously swinging your left arm forward and your right arm back, just like you're walking. Then switch. Left knee up, right arm forward, left arm back. Find a rhythm that feels natural and comfortable for you. As you march, focus on standing tall. Imagine a string pulling you up from the top of your head. Keep your shoulders relaxed and breathe naturally through your nose. This marching motion does several important things. It increases blood flow to your leg muscles, gently warms up your hip joints and knees, and activates the core muscles that help with balance and stability. Continue this marching for 60 to 90 seconds. If you start to feel winded, slow down the pace, but keep moving. The goal isn't to exhaust yourself, it's to gently prepare your body for the movements that follow. If standing and marching is too challenging right now, here's a seated modification. Sit on the edge of a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor. Lift your right knee up a few inches while swinging your arms as if you're marching. Alternate between legs, keeping the same rhythm. You're still getting the circulation benefits and joint mobility, just in a safer position. As you march, you might notice that your legs start to feel warmer, or that your joints feel less stiff. This is exactly what we want. You're literally warming up your body from the inside out, preparing your muscles and joints for the strengthening movements that follow. The beauty of this movement is its simplicity. There's no complex choreography. To remember, no equipment needed, and it's something you can do anywhere, anytime. In Japan, you'll see people of all ages doing similar movements in parks, community centers, and even in their living rooms. It's a testament to the power of simple, consistent movement. Now, let's move on to movement number 2, the sit to stand power builder. This movement is absolutely crucial because it directly targets the activity that becomes most challenging as we age, getting up from a seated position. Think about how many times a day you sit down and stand up. You get up from bed, sit down for breakfast, stand up to clear the table, sit in your car, get out of your car, sit on the couch to watch TV, and on and on. Each time you stand up, you're using your quadriceps, the large muscles on the front of your thighs, and your glutes, the powerful muscles in your buttocks. When these muscles are weak, standing up becomes a struggle. You start using your hands to push yourself up, which makes the muscles even weaker because they're not being challenged. It becomes a downward spiral. But when you specifically strengthen these muscles with proper technique, standing up becomes effortless again. Here's how to do the sit-to-stand movement properly. Start by sitting on a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor, hip-width apart. Your knees should be roughly at a 90-degree angle. If your chair is too high or too low, adjust by adding a cushion to raise your height or using a lower chair. Cross your arms over your chest or place your hands on your hips. This prevents you from using your arms to push yourself up, which defeats the purpose of strengthening your leg muscles. Now, lean slightly forward from your hips, bringing your nose over your toes. This position helps engage the correct muscles and makes the movement more efficient. Now comes the important part. Stand up using only your leg muscles. Press through your heels and squeeze your glute muscles as you rise. Stand up all the way until you're fully upright, then slowly sit back down, lightly touching the chair seat with your buttocks before standing up again. The key word here is lightly. Don't plop down into the chair. This controlled lowering, called the eccentric portion of the movement, is actually where a lot of the strength building happens. It's like doing the movement in slow motion on the way down. Aim for 8 to 12 repetitions. If you can't do 8 repetitions without using your hands, that's okay. Start with as many as you can do with good form, even if it's just 3 or 4. Over time, you'll build up to more. If this movement is too challenging, right now, here are some modifications. Use a higher seat by adding cushions or pillows. The higher the seat, the easier the movement becomes. You can also allow yourself to lightly touch a table or counter for balance, but try not to use it to pull yourself up. As you get stronger, you can make the movement more challenging by pausing for 2 to 3 seconds in the lowering phase, just before you touch the chair. This increases the time your muscles are working and builds even more strength. This movement is so functional because it directly translates to real life. When you strengthen your sit-to-stand, you're not just getting better at an exercise, you're making every chair, toilet, car seat, and couch in your life easier to get out of. In Japan, there's a saying, "Ashi wa daini no shinzu," which means the legs are the second heart. This refers to the fact that your leg muscles, particularly your calf muscles, act as pumps that help circulate blood back to your heart. This brings us to our third movement, the calf pump circulation booster. As we age, circulation can become sluggish, especially in our lower legs. This can lead to swelling, cramping, and that heavy, tired feeling in your legs. The calf muscles, when they contract and release, act like pumps that squeeze blood back up toward your heart. By strengthening and activating these muscles, we can significantly improve circulation and reduce many of the uncomfortable symptoms that come with poor blood flow. This movement has 2 parts, heel raises and toe raises. Both are equally important for complete lower leg strength and circulation. Let's start with heel raises. Stand with your feet hip-width apart, holding onto a sturdy surface for balance. This could be a countertop, the back of a chair, or a wall. You're holding on for balance, not to support your weight, so use just enough contact to feel stable. Now, rise up onto your toes by lifting your heels off the ground. Go as high as you can comfortably go, feeling the muscles in your calves contract. Hold this position for just a moment, then slowly lower your heels back to the ground. The slow lowering is just as important as the lifting. Do this 12 to 20 times, focusing on smooth, controlled movements. You should feel your calf muscles working, but it shouldn't be painful. Now, for the second part, toe raises. From the same starting position, this time lift your toes and the front part of your feet off the ground, balancing on your heels. You'll feel this in the muscles along your shins. Hold for a moment, then slowly lower your toes back down. Again, aim for 12 to 20 repetitions. This movement strengthens the muscles that lift your toes, which is crucial for preventing tripping and stumbling. If standing is too challenging or unstable, you can do both of these movements while seated. Sit on the edge of a chair with your feet flat on the floor. For heel raises, simply lift your heels while keeping your toes on the ground. For toe raises, lift your toes while keeping your heels down. The benefits of this movement go far beyond just stronger calves. Regular calf pumping can help reduce nighttime cramps, decrease swelling in your feet and ankles, improve the sensation in your feet, and give you better stability when walking. Many people don't realize that the strength of their lower legs directly affects their balance and stability. When your calves and shin muscles are strong, your ankles become more stable, which creates a solid foundation for the rest of your body. As you're doing these calf pumps, you might notice a warming sensation in your lower legs. This is increased blood flow, which is exactly what we want. You're literally pumping fresh, oxygen-rich blood through your lower legs, nourishing your muscles and helping remove waste products that can cause stiffness and discomfort. Now let's move on to movement number 4, the ankle mobility enhancer. Your ankles are incredibly important for mobility, yet they're often overlooked until something goes wrong. Stiff ankles can affect your walking pattern, increase your risk of falling, and make simple activities like going downstairs much more difficult. In Japan, there's great attention paid to foot and ankle health. You'll notice that many traditional Japanese practices involve sitting on the floor, which naturally maintains ankle flexibility. But for those of us who spend most of our time in chairs, specific ankle mobility work becomes essential. For this movement, you'll want to be seated. Sit comfortably in a chair with good back support. Extend your right leg out in front of you, keeping your knee as straight as comfortable. If you can't straighten your knee completely, that's fine. Just extend it as much as you can. Now, we're going to make circles with your ankle. Point your toe and slowly draw circles in the air, as if you're drawing on an invisible chalkboard with your big toe. Start with 10 to 15 circles in one direction, then reverse and do 10 to 15 circles in the other direction. Make the circles as large as your ankle allows. You want to move through the full range of motion in all directions: up, down, in, and out. Take your time and really feel the movement in your ankle joint. After you've completed the circles, let's add what I like to call the ankle alphabet. Still with your leg extended, use your toe to write the letters A through Z in the air. This might sound silly, but it's incredibly effective for improving ankle mobility and coordination. The alphabet exercise forces your ankle to move in patterns it doesn't normally experience, helping to maintain and improve flexibility in all directions. It also engages the small stabilizing muscles around your ankle that are crucial for balance and stability. When you've finished with your right leg, switch to your left leg and repeat the entire sequence. Circles in both directions, then the alphabet. This movement might seem simple, but the benefits are profound. Improved ankle mobility translates to better walking patterns, reduced risk of tripping and falling, less morning stiffness in your feet and legs, and improved balance and stability. Many people with diabetes or circulation issues find that regular ankle mobility work helps improve sensation in their feet. The gentle movement encourages blood flow and can help maintain the health of the small nerves in your feet. If you notice that one ankle is stiffer than the other, spend a little extra time on that side. It's common to have some asymmetry, especially if you've had an old injury or if you tend to favor one leg over the other. As you're doing these movements, pay attention to any areas that feel particularly stiff or restricted. These are the areas that need the most attention. Don't force the movement, but gently work within your comfortable range of motion. Over time, that range will naturally increase. Now we're ready for movement number 5, the hip hinge strength builder. This movement combines two crucial elements: hip mobility and functional squatting strength. In Japanese culture, squatting is a natural part of daily life, and many elderly Japanese people maintain the ability to perform a full squat well into their 90s. This movement is inspired by the Japanese bo, or ojigi, combined with functional squatting patterns. It teaches your body to bend at the hips rather than rounding your back, which is crucial for protecting your spine and properly engaging your leg and glute muscles. Stand with your feet hip-width apart, with your hands placed on your hips. If you need support, Position yourself near a sturdy chair or counter, but try to perform the movement without holding on if possible. The movement begins with what we call a hip hinge. This means bending forward at your hips while keeping your back straight and your chest up. Think about sticking your buttocks out behind you as you bend forward slightly. Your knees will naturally bend a little as you do this. From this slightly bent forward position, lower yourself down as if you're going to sit in an invisible chair. Don't worry about going too low. We're aiming for what I call a mini squat. Lower yourself just until your buttocks lightly touch the chair behind you, then stand back up by pressing through your heels and squeezing your glute muscles. The key points to remember: keep your chest up and your back straight throughout the movement. Push your hips back as you lower down, keep your knees in line with your toes, and focus on sitting back rather than dropping straight down. Aim for 8 to 12 controlled repetitions. The emphasis should be on perfect form rather than speed or depth. If this movement is challenging, here are some modifications. Use a higher surface to touch, like a bed or chair with cushions added. You can also reduce the range of motion, only going down as far as feels comfortable and stable. As you get stronger, you can make the movement more challenging by pausing for 2 seconds at the bottom position, just as your buttocks touch the chair. This increases the time your muscles are working and builds more strength and control. This movement is incredibly functional because it teaches you the proper mechanics for all kinds of daily activities. Getting in and out of cars, picking things, up from low shelves, sitting down in low chairs, and maintaining good posture during any bending activity. The hip hinge pattern is particularly important because it protects your lower back. When you bend forward from your hips rather than rounding your spine, you maintain the natural curves of your back and engage your powerful hip and leg muscles, instead of straining your back muscles. In Japan, the concept of proper body mechanics is often taught through the practice of bowing. The traditional Japanese bow requires bending from the hips while keeping the back straight and the head in alignment with the spine. This same movement pattern translates perfectly to functional strength training. As you practice this movement, you're not just building leg strength. You're also improving your hip mobility, teaching your body proper movement patterns, and building the kind of functional strength that directly translates to easier daily living. This brings us to movement number 6. The balance and coordination challenge. Balance is one of the most critical aspects of mobility that tends to decline with age, yet it's also one of the most trainable. The good news is that balance can be improved at any age with consistent practice. This movement has 2 components: the tandem walk and single leg stands. Both are inspired by traditional Japanese practices that emphasize mindful movement and body awareness. Let's start with the tandem walk, also known as heel-to-toe walking. Find a clear path where you can take 5 to 10 steps forward and backward. Position yourself near a wall or sturdy railing that you can reach out to if needed, but try not to hold on unless absolutely necessary. Place your right foot in front of your left foot so that the heel of your right foot is touching, or nearly, touching the toes of your left foot. Your feet should be in a straight line, as if you're walking on a tightrope. Now take a step forward, placing your left foot in front of your right foot in the same heel-to-toe pattern. Continue for 5 to 10 steps, then turn around and walk back to your starting position. This might feel awkward at first, and that's completely normal. Your brain is having to work harder to maintain balance in this narrow base of support, which is exactly what we want. This challenges and strengthens the balance systems in your inner ear, the proprioceptors in your feet and legs, and the coordination between your brain and your muscles. If the heel-to-toe walking is too challenging, modify it by walking with your feet closer together than normal, but not quite heel-to-toe. Gradually work your way up to the full heel-to-toe pattern as your balance improves. Now for the second part, single leg stands. Stand near your support surface and lift one foot slightly off the ground, balancing on the other foot. Keep your eyes focused on a point straight ahead at eye level and engage your abdominal muscles lightly to help with stability. Hold this position for 10 to 20 seconds if possible, then switch to the other foot. If 10 seconds is too long, start with whatever you can manage, even if it's just 2 or 3 seconds. For the single leg stand, you can make it easier by allowing your lifted foot to lightly touch the ground while you balance primarily on one leg. You can also hold on to your support surface with one finger for minimal assistance. As you get more confident with the basic single leg stand, you can add challenges like slowly turning your head from side to side while maintaining your balance, or closing your eyes for short periods. The balance improvements from these exercises are remarkable. People often notice that they feel more confident walking on uneven surfaces, less worried about stumbling or falling, and more stable when reaching for things or turning around quickly. Balance is truly a use it or lose it skill. The balance organs in your inner ear, the nerve receptors in your feet and joints, and the brain pathways that coordinate balance all need regular challenges to stay sharp. These two simple exercises provide exactly that challenge in a safe, controlled way. In traditional Japanese martial arts and movement practices, balance is considered fundamental to all other skills. There's a saying, "First, learn to stand still, then learn to move." This wisdom recognizes that good balance is the foundation upon which all other movement is built. As you practice these balance exercises, you'll likely notice that some days are better than others. This is completely normal. Factors like fatigue, stress, blood pressure changes, and even the time of day can affect your balance. The key is consistent practice, not perfect performance every day. Now we come to our final movement number 7, the Step-Up Functional Power Builder. This movement is inspired by the Genkan step, the step at the entrance of traditional Japanese homes where people remove their shoes. In Japan, navigating steps is a daily reality, and maintaining the strength and coordination to safely step up and down is considered essential for independence. This movement builds the specific type of strength and coordination you need for stairs, curbs, buses, and any situation where you need to step up onto a higher surface. For this exercise, you'll need a step that's about 4 to 6 inches high. This could be a sturdy exercise step, the bottom step of a staircase, a thick book or two, or even a low, stable platform. The height should be challenging but not so high that you feel unsafe or unstable. Position your step in front of you with plenty of clear space around it. Have a sturdy support nearby that you can hold onto if needed. Start by placing your right foot completely on the step, making sure your entire foot is in contact with the surface, not just your toes. Now, step up onto the step by pushing through the heel of your right foot and engaging your right leg muscles. Step all the way up so that both feet are on the step. Here's the crucial part. Step down with control. Don't just drop down or step down quickly. Lower yourself slowly, leading with your left foot, and control the descent with your right leg muscles. Perform 8 to 12 step-ups with your right leg leading. Then switch and do 8 to 12 with your left leg leading. This movement targets the quadriceps muscles on the front of your thighs, the glute muscles in your buttocks, and the stabilizing muscles throughout your core and hips. It also challenges your balance and coordination in a very functional way. If you don't have access to a suitable step, you can modify this exercise by doing marching in place with high knee lifts. Lift your right knee up toward your chest and hold it there for 2 seconds, engaging your hip flexors and challenging your balance on the standing leg. Lower it slowly and repeat with the left leg. The step-up movement directly translates to real world. Activities like climbing stairs, getting onto buses or trains, stepping up onto curbs, and navigating the various height changes you encounter in daily life. One of the beautiful aspects of this movement is that it works each leg independently. Often, we have one leg that's stronger than the other, and bilateral exercises like regular squats can allow the stronger leg to compensate for the weaker one. Step-ups force each leg to do its own work, helping to balance out any strength differences. The controlled lowering phase of this exercise is particularly important for stair safety. Many falls happen when people are going downstairs because they don't have enough eccentric strength to control their descent. This exercise specifically builds that crucial eccentric strength. As you perform the step-ups, focus on smooth, controlled movements. There's no need to rush. Quality of movement is much more important than speed, or even the number of repetitions. Now that you've learned all 7 movements, let's talk about how to incorporate them into your daily routine for maximum benefit. The beauty of this system lies not just in the individual movements, but in how they work together to create a comprehensive approach to leg strength and mobility. The ideal approach is to perform these 7 movements in sequence, spending about 1 minute on each movement for a total of 7 to 10 minutes per day. This might not sound like much, but remember the Japanese philosophy of Sukoshi Zutsu. Little by little, consistent small actions create profound changes over time. The best time to do this routine is when your body is naturally warmer and more flexible. For many people, this is after their morning coffee or before dinner. Choose a time when you're unlikely to be interrupted and when you can focus on the movements without rushing. You'll want to do this routine 5 to 6 days per week, giving yourself 1 or 2 rest days. Your muscles need time to recover and adapt, so rest days are just as important as exercise days. Here are some practical considerations. For setting up your routine, choose a space with enough room to move freely, ideally with a wall or sturdy furniture nearby for support if needed. Wear comfortable, non-slip shoes or go barefoot if you feel stable. Have a sturdy chair available for the seated movements and modifications. Keep water nearby, especially if you're prone to muscle cramps. The intensity should always be what I call comfortably challenging. You should feel your muscles working, but you should never experience sharp pain, dizziness, or extreme shortness of breath. If any of these occur, stop the exercise and consult with your healthcare provider. Remember, the goal is progress, not perfection. Some days you might feel stronger than others, and that's completely normal. The key is consistency, not intensity. Let's talk about safety considerations and when to be extra cautious with these movements. While these exercises are designed to be safe and accessible, there are certain situations where you should exercise extra caution or consult with a healthcare provider before starting. If you have joint replacements, particularly hip or knee replacements, check with your surgeon or physical therapist about any movement restrictions you might have. Most people with joint replacements can do these exercises, but there may be specific precautions for your particular situation. If you experience dizziness or balance issues, always exercise near support and consider having someone nearby when you first start the routine. Dizziness can have many causes, including blood pressure changes, medication effects, or inner ear problems, so it's important to address this with your doctor. If you have significant arthritis or joint pain, listen to your body carefully. Gentle movement often helps with arthritis symptoms, but sharp or severe pain is a signal to stop and seek professional guidance. Those with diabetes should pay special attention to their feet during these exercises. Check your feet regularly for any signs of injury or irritation and make sure you're wearing appropriate footwear. If you're taking blood pressure medications, be aware that you might feel dizzy when changing positions quickly. Take your time moving from sitting to standing, or when bending and straightening up. Here are the warning signs that mean you should stop exercising immediately. Sharp, sudden pain anywhere in your body, severe shortness of breath that doesn't resolve quickly with rest, chest pain or pressure, dizziness that doesn't resolve when you sit down, or nausea or vomiting. Mild muscle fatigue and slight breathlessness are normal responses to exercise. What we want to avoid is anything that feels extreme or unusual for your body. Now, let's address some common myths and misconceptions about exercise after 60, because these false beliefs often prevent people from getting the activity they need to stay strong and healthy. Myth number 1. Exercise has to hurt to be effective. This is absolutely false. The old saying, "no pain, no gain," is not only wrong for older adults, it's potentially dangerous. Effective exercise should feel challenging but never painful. You should feel your muscles working. You might breathe a little harder, and you might feel pleasantly tired afterward, but you should never experience sharp pain or feel completely exhausted. The most effective approach for building strength and maintaining health after 60 is consistent, moderate exercise performed daily or nearly daily. This approach is much more beneficial than occasional intense workouts that leave you sore and unable to exercise for several days. Myth number 2. Older adults shouldn't do squats or squatting movements. This is another dangerous misconception. Squatting is one of the most functional movements we do every day. Every time you sit in a chair or get up from a chair, you're performing a squat. Every time you pick something up from the floor or get in and out of a car, you're using squatting movement patterns. The key is performing squatting movements with proper technique and appropriate depth for your current ability level. The mini squats and sit-to-stand movements in our routine are perfectly safe and incredibly beneficial for maintaining the strength you need for daily activities. Myth number 3. Balance can't be improved. This is completely false. Balance is highly trainable at any age. Research has shown that even people in their 80s and 90s can significantly improve their balance with consistent practice. Your balance system involves 3 main components: your inner ear, your vision, and the sensory receptors in your muscles and joints. All of these systems can be trained and improved with the right exercises. The balance challenges in our routine specifically target these systems in a safe, progressive way. Myth number 4. You need expensive equipment or gym memberships to stay strong. While gyms and equipment can certainly be helpful, they're not necessary for maintaining functional strength. The most important exercises for daily living can be performed with nothing more than a chair, a step, and your own body weight. The movements we've covered today require minimal equipment and can be done in the comfort and safety of your own home. Consistency and proper technique are far more important than fancy equipment. Myth number 5. If you haven't exercised in years, it's too late to start. This is perhaps the most harmful myth of all. It's never too late to start improving your strength and mobility. Your muscles retain the ability to grow stronger throughout your entire life, though the process may be slower than when you were younger. Even people who have been sedentary for decades can see significant improvements in strength, balance, and mobility within just a few weeks of starting an appropriate exercise routine. Now, let's create a specific 7-day progressive plan to help you get started with these movements safely and effectively. This plan is designed to help you learn the movements gradually and build confidence and strength progressively. Days 1 and 2 are about learning and familiarity. Focus on learning the proper technique for each movement rather than trying to do a lot of repetitions. Start with fewer repetitions than the suggested ranges, maybe 5 sit-to-stands instead of 8, or 8 calf raises instead of 12. The goal is to move through all 7 movements and get familiar with how they feel. Pay close attention to your form and don't worry about speed. Take breaks between movements if you need them and stop any movement that doesn't feel right. Days 3 and 4 are about building. If the movements felt comfortable on days 1 and 2, add 2 to 3 repetitions to each exercise. If balancing for 10 seconds was easy, try for 12 or 15 seconds. If you were holding on to support for balance exercises, try reducing the amount of support you're using. Listen to your body during these days. Some muscle fatigue is normal, but you shouldn't be experiencing pain or extreme soreness. Days 5, 6, and 7 are about progression and refinement. Add the advanced elements we discussed for each movement. For the sit to stand, try pausing for 1 to 2 seconds in the lowering phase. For the step up, focus on an extra, slow, controlled descent. For balance exercises, try the additional challenges, like turning your head while standing on one leg. By day 7, you should feel noticeably more confident with the movements and probably stronger as well. Here's a simple test you can do to measure your progress. On day 1, time yourself doing as many sit-to-stand movements as you can in 30 seconds using good form. Write down this number. On day 7, repeat the test. Most people will see a noticeable improvement in just 1 week. As a bonus activity, try to add a 5-minute walk outdoors after completing your 7 movements. The fresh air, sunlight, and additional movement will complement your strength routine beautifully. Throughout this 7-day period, keep a simple log of how you feel. Note your energy levels, any improvements in daily activities like climbing, stairs, or getting up from chairs, and any changes in sleep quality or overall well-being. Many people notice improvements in areas they didn't expect, like better sleep or reduced joint stiffness in the morning. The power of these 7 movements extends far beyond just stronger legs. Let's talk about the interconnected benefits you can expect as you make this routine a regular part of your life. First, there are the obvious physical benefits. Your quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, and calf muscles will become stronger and more resilient. Your joints will move more freely and with less stiffness. Your balance and coordination will improve, reducing your risk of falls and increasing your confidence in various situations. But the benefits go much deeper than just the physical. There are significant cognitive benefits to this type of exercise. Routine. The balance challenges in particular require concentration and mental engagement. You're not just strengthening your body, you're strengthening the neural pathways between your brain and your muscles. This type of exercise has been shown to improve cognitive function, including memory, attention, and processing speed. The coordination required for these movements stimulates brain plasticity, which is your brain's ability to form new neural connections throughout life. There are also profound psychological benefits. As your physical strength and confidence improve, you'll likely notice improvements in your overall mood and outlook. There's something deeply empowering about feeling strong and capable in your own body. The independence that comes with reliable leg strength translates into confidence in all areas of life. Many people report sleeping better when they incorporate regular gentle exercise into their routine. The physical activity helps regulate circadian rhythms and can reduce the restless leg symptoms that often plague older adults at night. The social benefits shouldn't be overlooked either. When you feel more confident about your mobility and balance, you're more likely to engage in social activities, travel, and participate in community events. Strong legs literally expand your world by giving you the confidence to go places and do things. There's also the preventive aspect. By maintaining and building leg strength now, you're investing in your future independence. Every day you do these exercises is a day you're working to prevent the gradual decline that leads to frailty and dependence. The Japanese concept of ikigai, which roughly translates to reason for being, often includes maintaining physical capability as long as possible. There's great dignity and purpose in taking care of your body and maintaining your independence. These 7 movements are a daily affirmation of your commitment to your own well-being and future. Let's talk about some specific scenarios where you'll notice the benefits of these exercises in your daily life. Imagine walking into a restaurant and confidently approaching any table, knowing that you'll be able to get up easily when you're ready to leave. Picture yourself at a grandchild's sporting event, walking up the bleacher stairs without worry and focusing on enjoying the game rather than managing each step. Think about traveling with confidence, knowing that you can handle airport terminals, hotel rooms, and new environments without anxiety about stairs, chairs, or uneven surfaces. Consider the peace of mind that comes with knowing you can safely navigate your own home, even if you need to get up in the middle of the night. These aren't fantasies. They're realistic expectations for people who consistently work on their leg. Strength and mobility. The movements we've covered today are specifically designed to translate into real-world confidence and capability. Now, I want to address something that many people experience but rarely talk about: the fear of falling. This fear is incredibly common among older adults, and unfortunately, it often leads to a reduction in activity, which actually increases fall risk by promoting weakness and deconditioning. The exercises in our routine directly address the main factors that contribute to falls: weak leg muscles, poor balance, stiff joints, and lack of confidence in movement. By systematically improving all of these areas, you're not just reducing your fall risk, you're building the confidence that allows you to live your life fully. The balance training in particular helps retrain your body's automatic responses to unexpected situations. When you step on an uneven surface or feel yourself starting to lose balance, your body learns to respond quickly and effectively to regain stability. The strength training ensures that if you do start to stumble, you have the muscle power to recover. Strong legs can catch you when you start to fall, turn a potential fall into a simple stumble, or give you the strength to lower yourself safely to the ground if a fall is unavoidable. Let's also discuss the importance of breathing during these exercises. Proper breathing not only ensures that your muscles get the oxygen they need, but it also helps maintain blood pressure stability and promotes relaxation and focus. For all of these movements, the general rule is to breathe out during the exertion phase and breathe in during the relaxation phase. For example, during the sit-to-stand movement, breathe out as you stand up and breathe in as you sit down. During calf raises, breathe out as you rise onto your toes and breathe in as you lower down. However, never hold your breath during exercise. If you find yourself concentrating so hard on the movement that you forget to breathe, pause and take a few normal breaths before continuing. Deep, rhythmic breathing also activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which promotes relaxation and recovery. This helps make your exercise routine a calming, centering part of your day rather than a stressful obligation. In Japanese culture, there's great emphasis on mindful breathing during physical activity. The practice of kokyu-ho, or breathing method, is integrated into many traditional Japanese exercises and martial arts. The idea is that breath and movement should be harmonized, creating a meditative quality even during physical exertion. Speaking of modifications, let's discuss how to adapt these exercises for various health conditions and physical limitations. Remember, these are general guidelines and you should always consult with your healthcare provider about what's appropriate for your specific situation. For those with knee problems, avoid deep squatting movements and focus on the range of motion. That's comfortable. The sit-to-stand can be made easier by using a higher chair or adding cushions. The step-up can be modified by using a very low step, or by doing the marching in place variation instead. If you have hip issues, be particularly careful with the hip hinge movement. Start with a very small range of motion and focus on the hip hinge pattern rather than the depth of the squat. The ankle mobility exercises are usually well tolerated and can actually help improve overall lower extremity function. For those with balance concerns or inner ear problems, always exercise near support and consider doing more of the exercises in seated positions. The balance challenges can be modified by reducing the time requirements and increasing the amount of support you use. If you have arthritis, these gentle movements often help improve joint mobility and reduce stiffness. However, if you're experiencing a flare-up with significant pain and swelling, it's better to wait until the acute symptoms subside before resuming the routine. For people with diabetes, These exercises can be particularly beneficial for circulation and nerve health in the feet and legs. However, inspect your feet carefully before and after exercise and make sure you're wearing appropriate footwear to prevent injury. Those with heart conditions should pay particular attention to not overexerting themselves. Start very slowly and build up gradually. If you experience any chest pain, unusual shortness of breath, or dizziness, stop immediately and consult your doctor. The beauty of this routine is its adaptability. You can modify each movement to match your current capabilities while still getting significant benefits. The key is to challenge yourself appropriately while staying within safe limits. Let's talk about progression over the long term. Once you've mastered the basic routine and have been doing it consistently for several weeks, you might wonder how to continue progressing and challenging yourself. There are several ways to advance these exercises. You can increase the number of repetitions gradually, perhaps adding 1 or 2 repetitions every week or two. You can increase the hold times for static positions like the single leg stands. You can add complexity to the movements, such as doing the calf raises on one leg at a time or adding arm movements to the marching. You can also increase the frequency, perhaps doing the routine twice a day or adding some of the movements as movement snacks throughout your day. Even doing a few calf raises while waiting for your coffee to brew or practicing balance while brushing your teeth can add to your overall strength and stability. Environmental challenges can also provide progression. Try doing some of the exercises with your eyes closed, safely with support available, or practice the balance exercises on slightly uneven surfaces like a thick carpet or exercise mat. The goal isn't to make the exercises dramatically harder, but to provide consistent, gentle challenges that keep your body adapting and improving. Remember, we're following the Japanese philosophy of gradual, consistent progress rather than dramatic transformations. Some people find it helpful to keep a simple exercise log, noting which movements they did, how many repetitions, and how they felt during and after the routine. This can help you track your progress and identify patterns in your energy levels and capabilities. You might also consider finding an exercise partner or joining a group that does similar activities. Many community centers, senior centers, and even churches offer gentle exercise programs that complement what you're doing at home. The social aspect of exercise can be incredibly motivating and enjoyable. Plus, exercising with others provides built-in safety and accountability. You're more likely to stick with a routine when others are expecting you to show up. Now let's address what to do when motivation wanes, because it's completely normal to have days when you don't feel like exercising. The key is to have strategies ready for these situations. First, remember that something is always better than nothing. If you don't feel up to the full routine, commit to doing just 1 or 2 movements. Often, once you start moving, you'll find the motivation to do a bit more. And even if you don't, you've maintained the habit and done something beneficial for your body. Second, tie your exercise routine to an existing habit. Maybe you always do your movements right after your morning coffee or before your evening news program. This helps make the exercise feel like a natural part of your day rather than an additional burden. Third, focus on how you feel after exercising rather than how you feel before. Most people feel better, more energized, more confident, more accomplished after they've completed their routine. Remind yourself of these positive feelings when motivation is low. Fourth, remember your why. Why did you start this routine? Was it to maintain independence? To feel stronger? To reduce fall risk? To keep up with grandchildren? Whatever your reason, connect with it regularly, especially on difficult days. Finally, be flexible with yourself. If you miss a day or even a week, don't let that derail your entire effort. Simply start again the next day. Consistency over time is more important than perfection every single day. The Japanese have a concept called wabi-sabi, which embraces imperfection and impermanence. This philosophy can be very helpful when it comes to exercise routines. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to keep trying. Let's also discuss the role of nutrition in supporting your leg strength and mobility goals. While exercise is crucial, proper nutrition provides the building blocks your muscles need to maintain and build strength. Protein is particularly important for muscle health. As we age, our protein needs actually increase, not decrease. Aim to include a source of high-quality protein at each meal. This could be lean meats, fish, eggs, dairy products, beans, or nuts. Adequate hydration is crucial for muscle function and can help prevent cramps. Many older adults don't drink enough fluids, which can contribute to muscle cramps and fatigue. Aim for 6 to 8 glasses of water per day, more if you're active or live in a hot climate. Certain vitamins and minerals are particularly important for muscle and bone health. Vitamin D helps with calcium absorption and muscle function. Many older adults are deficient in vitamin D, especially if they don't spend much time outdoors. Calcium is crucial for bone health, and magnesium plays a role in muscle function and can help prevent cramps. B vitamins, particularly B12, are important for nerve function and energy metabolism. Omega-3 fatty acids have anti-inflammatory properties that can help with joint health and recovery from exercise. Rather than trying to remember a complex list of supplements, focus on eating a varied diet with plenty of fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains. If you're concerned about specific nutritional needs, consult with your healthcare provider or a registered dietitian. Some people find that certain foods seem to help with muscle cramps or joint stiffness. Tart cherry juice, for example, has natural anti-inflammatory compounds. Turmeric and ginger are also known for their anti-inflammatory properties. The timing of your meals in relation to exercise can also matter. Some people find they have more energy for exercise if they eat a light snack about an hour beforehand. Others prefer to exercise first thing in the morning before eating. Listen to your body and find what works best for you. The most important thing is that you're eating regular nutritious meals that support your overall health and energy levels. Sleep is another crucial component that supports your exercise efforts. During sleep, your body repairs and builds muscle tissue, consolidates the motor learning from your balance and coordination practice, and restores energy for the next day. Many older adults struggle with sleep issues, but regular exercise can actually help improve sleep quality. The physical activity helps regulate circadian rhythms and can reduce anxiety and restless thoughts that sometimes interfere with sleep. If you are having trouble sleeping, consider the timing of your exercise routine. While some people find that exercise energizes them too much if done close to bedtime, others find gentle movement helps them relax and sleep better. The key is consistency with your sleep schedule as well as your exercise schedule. Try to go to bed and wake up at the same times each day, and create a relaxing bedtime routine that signals to your body that it's time to rest. Now, let's talk about what to expect in terms of timeline for seeing results. This is one of the most common questions people have when starting a new exercise routine. Some benefits you might notice almost immediately. After just one session, many people report feeling more energized and having a greater sense of accomplishment. After a few days, you might notice that the movements feel more familiar and easier to perform. Within the first week, you'll likely notice improvements in the movements themselves. The sit-to-stand might feel less effortful, or you might be able to balance on one leg for a few seconds longer. After 2 to 3 weeks of consistent practice, you'll probably start noticing improvements in daily activities. Stairs might feel a bit easier, or you might feel more confident getting up from low chairs. By 4 to 6 weeks, the improvements often become quite noticeable, both to you and to others around you. You might find yourself walking with more confidence, feeling steadier on your feet, and having more energy for activities you enjoy. After 2 to 3 months of consistent practice, these improvements typically become well established. Your strength gains plateau at a higher level, and the movements become second nature. Remember, everyone progresses at their own pace. Factors like your starting fitness level, consistency with the routine, overall health status, and genetics all play a role in how quickly you see results. Don't get discouraged if your progress seems slow. Even small improvements in strength and balance can have significant impacts on your quality of life and safety. It's also worth noting that some of the most important benefits, like improved bone density, better cardiovascular health, and enhanced cognitive function, happen gradually and might not be immediately noticeable, but they're happening nonetheless. Let's discuss some troubleshooting for common issues people encounter when starting this routine. Problem: I feel dizzy when I stand up or change positions quickly. Solution: this could be related to blood pressure changes, dehydration, or inner ear issues. Move more slowly between positions. Make sure you're well hydrated and consider having your blood pressure checked. If dizziness persists, consult your healthcare provider. Problem: my legs feel more tired than usual after starting the exercises. Solution: some muscle fatigue is normal when you start a new routine. Make sure you're getting adequate rest between exercise days, eating enough protein, and staying hydrated. If the fatigue is extreme or persists, you might be doing too much too soon. Scale back and progress more gradually. Problem: I keep forgetting to do the routine. Solution: tie the exercises to an existing habit, set a phone reminder, or put your exercise notes somewhere you'll see them regularly. Consider finding an exercise partner for accountability. Problem: some of the movements hurt my knees. Solution: reduce the range of motion, use modifications like higher chairs or seated versions, and focus on movements that feel comfortable. If pain persists, consult a healthcare provider or physical therapist. Problem: I don't feel like I'm getting stronger. Solution: keep a simple log of your repetitions and hold times. Progress might be happening more gradually than you realize. Also, strength improvements often show up in daily activities before they're noticeable in the exercises themselves. Problem: I lose my balance during the balance exercises. Solution: use more support initially, reduce the challenge level, and practice in a safe environment with something to grab onto nearby. Balance takes time to improve, so be patient with yourself. The important thing is to address problems early rather than letting them derail your entire routine. Most issues have simple solutions, and persistence pays off. As we near the end of our time together, I want to emphasize the most important points to remember about this routine. First, consistency trumps intensity every time. 7 minutes of gentle movement done daily is infinitely better than an hour of intense exercise done once a week. Your body adapts to regular, repeated challenges, not sporadic bursts of activity. Second, perfect form is more important than high repetitions or challenging progressions. One properly performed sit-to-stand is better than 5 sloppy ones. Focus on quality movement patterns that serve your body well. Third, listen to your body. Some days you'll feel stronger and more energetic than others. Adjust accordingly, but don't let temporary low energy become an excuse to stop altogether. Fourth, safety first, always. It's better to be overly cautious than to risk injury that could set you back for weeks or months. Fifth, celebrate small victories. Notice and acknowledge improvements, no matter how minor they might seem. Every bit of strength gained and every second of improved balance is a victory worth celebrating. Sixth, think long-term. You're not exercising for next week or next month. You're exercising for next year and next decade. This perspective helps you stay committed when motivation wanes. Before we finish, I want to give you a challenge. Right now, before you move on to other activities, I want you to choose 2 of the 7 movements we've covered and spend 1 minute doing each one. Maybe start with the gentle marching to get your blood flowing, then do some calf raises to activate your lower legs. Or try the sit-to-stand movement followed by some ankle circles. The specific movements don't matter as much as the act of moving right now. This serves several purposes. First, it helps solidify the learning by having you practice the movements while they're fresh in your mind. Second, it gives you an immediate sense of accomplishment. Third, it starts building the habit right away rather than waiting for someday to begin. As you do these movements, pay attention to how your body feels. Notice which muscles are working, how your balance responds, and how you feel emotionally about moving your body in these ways. This is your starting point. Remember how these movements feel today, because in a week, a month, and 3 months from now, they're going to feel quite different as your strength and confidence improve. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and your journey to stronger, more reliable legs begins with these simple movements. In conclusion, what we've covered today isn't just a set of exercises. It's a pathway to maintaining and reclaiming your independence, confidence, and quality of life. These 7 movements, inspired by the wisdom of Japanese elders who maintain remarkable mobility well into their later years, offer you a practical, safe, and effective way to strengthen your legs and improve your overall well-being. The gentle Rajio Taiso march warms your body and prepares it for movement. The sit-to-stand power builder strengthens the exact muscles you need for daily activities. The calf pump circulation booster improves blood flow and reduces cramps. The ankle mobility enhancer keeps your feet and ankles flexible and responsive. The hip hinge strength builder protects your back while building functional power. The balance and coordination challenge improves stability and confidence. And the step-up functional power builder prepares you for real-world challenges like stairs and curbs. Together, these movements create a comprehensive system that addresses every aspect of leg strength and mobility that matters for your daily life. Remember, aging doesn't have to mean accepting weakness, instability, or dependence. With the right approach, you can maintain and even improve your physical capabilities well into your later years. The key is consistent, appropriate action taken daily. The Japanese concept of ikigai, your reason for being, includes maintaining your physical capacity to engage with life fully. These 7 movements are a daily investment in your ikigai, a commitment to staying strong, mobile, and independent for all the experiences and relationships that make life meaningful. Your legs have carried you through life so far. Now, it's time to care for them so they can continue carrying you through all the adventures, family gatherings, travel opportunities, and simple daily pleasures that lie ahead. Start today. Start right now. Your future self will thank you for taking these first steps toward stronger, more reliable legs and a more confident, independent future. The path to better leg strength and mobility doesn't require dramatic changes or expensive solutions. It requires only 7 minutes a day and the commitment to take care of the body that has served you so well. Your journey to stronger legs and greater independence begins now. Take that first step, and then take another tomorrow, and another the day after that. Before you know it, you'll be amazed at how much stronger, steadier, and more confident you feel. The wisdom of Japanese elders is now yours to use. Make it a part of your daily life and discover just how much your legs and your life can improve when you give them the attention and care they deserve.